She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you some more NFL news reports. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now, kicking it off with the Tennessee Titans wide receivers A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, as both of them have been ruled out for this next game against the New York Jets. And yeah, they are both out with hamstrings injuries that they both suffered in week 3 against the Colts. Now, this will mean that Nick Westbrook-Ikhine and Josh Reynolds, along with Chester Rogers, will take over as the main 3 wide receivers. But I'm going to say this. Is it going to suffer the Tennessee offense with these two out? Kind of, but that's only in the passing game. Of course, they got Derrick Henry, but as we all know, if you use only one side of the offense, whether it's rushing or passing, you really see there's a downturn to just doing that. And even though he's the best running back in the league, I still think that there's going to be an issue with the Tennessee Titans. I still think they can win this game against the Jets regardless, but it's going to be even tougher now without Julio Jones or A.J. Brown. Now on to the Giants wide receivers Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton, who are both also ruled out with hamstring injuries that they suffered last week against the Falcons. This week, where they are supposed to be facing off against the New Orleans Saints, they will be replaced by wide receiver Kenny Golladay, rookie wide receiver Kadarius Toney, and wide receiver Colin Johnson, and a possibility of CJ Board getting some reps there too. But this is the thing, the Giants, unlike the Titans, they're not a good team anyway, so I've not seen this Giants offense being the team that they need to be. Against the Saints, it's going to be a loss 100%, and without Darius Slayton, who has been one of your best wide receivers in this season, Kenny Golladay hasn't shown up as much as we thought he would have. But regardless of that, I think that the Giants, without these two, especially without Darius Slayton, will be a hammer blow to the New York Giants. Now, on to Curtis Samuel, wide receiver of the Washington football team, who is returning from injury reserve. He was placed on injury reserve prior to week 1 due to the fact that he suffered a groin injury during practice. He had to miss the first 3 games of the season, and it is expected for him to possibly be a number 3 or 2 wide receiver. I don't think he'll be number 1. I think they might just say Terry McLaurin is the number 1 wide receiver. Getting a guy who's injured came off of the injury reserve, putting him into the fire, I think that's going to be a horrible decision if Washington actually designs this and goes and says, okay, I'm going to be putting this guy in because I think this guy will do what he needs to do. Well, maybe he could, but honestly, when it comes to injuries, you don't want to re-injure that injury once again. So I believe that he won't be playing as much of a role as he would have been earlier of the year if he had not gotten injured. Now, on to their final story, which is the Packers linebackers. Za'Darius Smith is out indefinitely as he underwent surgery this past week due to a back injury. Now, he was replaced by Preston Smith, who has been doing a very good job. But honestly, Za'Darius Smith has been a very good linebacker or better yet, an edge rusher for the Green Bay Packers. Honestly, this has been a guy who from day one has been doing his job and pressuring the other team's quarterback all day and night. And honestly, I think that this guy will be missed 100%. If he comes back during the year, that is something that will be great for the Green Bay Packers. But if it is how it is right now, as he will be most likely on injury reserve, well, it might be that he might not be able to play the entire season or even the season at all. We don't know that yet if he could come back. It's just indefinitely. It means that he could come back at one point. He's not out for the year. But if he is ruled out for the year later in the year, it'll be understandable because you don't want to get a guy who has been your best pass rusher injured again when he comes back. Now, in conclusion, I think that these stories, by the way, basically all of them were injury related. But I'm happy that Curtis Samuel is coming back from injury. Hopefully he can do well for the Washington football team. Hopefully they get better. Za'Darius Smith also goes, the same goes for Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and also AJ Brown and Julio Jones. They all, hopefully they get better. Hopefully they get to play next week. But of course Darius Smith is the only one who won't be able to. But hopefully they all can get back to health, get healthy enough to come back and go and play football again, because just watching these guys play is something that people would love to see. It's all because these guys are incredible players that can do incredible things, and honestly, they will do incredible things as soon as they come back from their injuries. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, what do you guys think about these stories? Who do you think is going to come back faster than the other? And if you think they come back, do you think they're going to come back fully healthy, as in, yeah, they're going to come back like nothing ever happened? Or do you think that they're going to struggle, not by getting injured again, but struggling as in they lose some speed or something like that? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.